Greetings, School of Business colleagues. Sorry I can't be with you in person, but my wife is giving a keynote speech right now over in Lovejoy Library. And so I'm being a good husband right now, and I'm there to support her, but I wanted to be in two places at the same time and share an update on our undergraduate CMIS assessment report. So here goes. You're probably aware that we track similar assessment measures that other departments in the School of Business do. So these are assessment measures that are in common, but in addition to these, we have some that are specific to CMIS, and I want to focus on those. So assessment measures that are specific to CMIS include the ICCP exam, employer evaluations of our interns, and the senior portfolio assignment. For newer faculty, I just wanted to explain the ICCP exam is an industry standard exam given to college students across the U.S., and it's a great way for us to benchmark general learning about information systems for our students. So we compare our student scores with the national averages in several different areas that I'll get into. Okay, two things that our students do well. One is in reference to Goal 1A around functional knowledge. Our CMIS students know information systems, which is a good thing. So they score very high in the 97, and so 97th percentile for summer, 99th for fall, 99th for spring semesters on the MFT, the major field test exam that all School of Business students take. So they do real well in that area. Not in all areas, but I'll get to that in a second. The other area they do very well in is on the ICCP exam in the areas that are relevant to the coursework that we teach as part of our program. So specifically around database, hardware and system software, telecom, systems analysis, project management, information systems ethics and strategy, they at least do 90% of the national result or better. And in most cases, they do higher than the national average, which is great. The second area I'd like to highlight is with regard to Goal 2A, interpersonal skills. So we gather evaluations from all the supervisors of our interns for all 3 semesters, and the overall average is 4.7 out of 5 points for all of our interns, and this measures a range of things from their reliability, i.e. attendance, the quality and quantity of their work, their ability, and even their appearance. So overall, employers are very satisfied with our students, which is great to hear. So that was the good news. Now for the bad news, there are 2 things I want to highlight that we can do better on. One is functional knowledge outside of information systems. So in our case, it's specifically accounting and economics, where CMIS students, not just over the last 3 semesters, but historically, when I go back and look at the last 5 years of measurements, they're consistently low, and by low, I mean below the 50th percentile compared to the national average. I think we can do better. The other one we need to stay focused on is Goal 1B around diversity. So under the old diversity measure, last year we reported that 42% of our CMIS students did not meet expectations with regard to this measure, and that's certainly cause for concern. But the School of Business is piloting a new measure, which I'll talk about in a second. So things that we did last year to improve, one was a massive change where we removed the CMIS major and converted into a BSBA specialization. This is based on CSB feedback on their last report last year that said we had a lot of programs. Some of the students didn't even know what program they're in, which was scary. They didn't know if they were in the BSBA specialization or the CMIS major, and they didn't understand the difference. And also the CSB review committee said we had an awful lot of programs for our size. So we pulled back and retooled it into a specialization. So that's a big change going forward. We also last year introduced some new curriculum into our program, including C# programming and the new IT audit and control class. And finally, for this coming year, we have a number of things that we want to improve on. So number one, I'd like to give it a shot to improve this accounting score. I don't want to try to work on everything at the same time, but if I could just move the needle a little bit on this accounting score. So I'll be reaching out to my colleagues in the accounting department over the coming weeks to see if we can brainstorm some ways on how to help our CMIS students who just aren't seem to not be getting it. And then we can track the results on the major field test next go around. The other area is around the diversity measure. Now, I know this is still being piloted, but I'm eager to see what the results are and start actively tracking it once the pilot period is over and reporting on it, so that we can do better. We need to do better. And in terms of new curriculum in the coming year, we have a lot of changes coming up. I'll give the caveat that these are not approved changes. These are changes that have not gone through the curriculum committee process yet. I have an awful lot of paperwork to submit in that regard. But here's the vision going forward. We'll be one CMIS department with 3 specializations. So we'll have our CIS specialization, which is just the old CMIS major. So CIS is one. Number 2 will be cybersecurity. Number 3 will be data analytics. So our students will have more of a choice going forward, and these are areas that our industry partners in the St. Louis area keep clamoring for. So we really think we're doing the right thing for our students by offering these specializations. But we've got we've got to do it the right way and get all the paperwork solidified. But the game plan is to try to have all this ready for fall of 2019. So that's what we're shooting for. So that's it. That's my quick update, and I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.